I'm Christian Imes from Animals in Denial. This is my tool of the week. This being my tool, my Squier 70s Classic Vibe Jaguar. I don't have the bar on it. I just took it off because I'm not using it for what I do with this thing. But this is what I've been using this week. It's tuned to E. Um, 22 frets like a jack. The neck binding, really nicely put together guitar. Squier, Indonesia. It's actually really heavy. It's one of the heavier guitars. It's like I like this thing because it reminds me it makes me feel like what would happen if you mixed a Les Paul and a Stratocaster. It's kind of the vibe I like with it, but it's good with. But yeah, it's good with that kind of those big chords and stuff, and like with all the models that I use, it gets really noisy with some of the higher gain models that I like to use and stuff. But that can almost be its own quality. There's some stuff coming that it got pretty noisy, but in a good way. Something strangely musical about noise at times. But yeah, standard kind of vintage style tuners. Not my favorite tuners. The way that I'm not a fan of the vintage style tuners where I'm used to the stick it in and turn it, that kind of thing. But like the deal with this, it's got the inlays and stuff, the nice inlays on them. Neck binding, the switching control takes some getting used to. I mean, you can do this thing with the cut. But yeah, like it gets jangly and stuff in a neat kind of way and stuff. But then when it gets full, it's nice and full too. But yeah, like they're freaking cool. I don't usually use the top circuit as much, but it is usable. But yeah, like that kind of stuff, it gets pretty beefy and stuff. But I'm typically on the bridge pickup for me. Um, yeah, I like this guitar a lot. The neck feels really good. It even survived my Zoe knocking it over. A little scratch on the back of the neck, but I always know where I'm at that way. But yeah, like it fell over. She's an exuberant Rottweiler. It has her tail, and I didn't have the little latchy thing, little rubber thing that goes around the thing. I didn't have it there, and her tail got to swiping, and she got excited, and it took a tumble. But it's good to go. I did get a setup for this thing out of the box. Um, it's got this kind of crazy bridge uh, thing going on. They're rollers, so they're kind of just sitting on there. You can pull the string up you can move it. You can pick it up and move it a little bit. But anyway, uh, yeah, it's like the one guitar that I've got that has this kind of bridge. Um, Another thing, it's the only guitar that I have that has 11s on it. And when I got the guitar, for some reason it shipped with nines. And when I got it out of the box, when you press down up here, the 1 and the 2 fret on any of these strings, it just they didn't sound. You couldn't get that kind of thing going on. So like making those kind of tricks and stuff like that wasn't happening with that thing. And I'm like, it's kind of unplayable. So I took it in and got it set up done. And I'm like, I put tens on it, and like the tech guitarist Jeremy, he comes to me, he's like, actually, he's like, for these, man, like, really like to put 11s on them. He was like, it'll feel like 10s. He's like, the 10s will be almost too, and like, he got a point. I can still tell there's thicker strings, but they do give me, like, I have the same bending capacity and stuff that I have with my 10s would normally play. Now, I've had a couple of guitars with 9s on, but like, mostly 10s. Everything's 10s except for this and the baritone, those, bass stuff. But like this, they're 11s, and I didn't think I would like it. It's definitely not a gauge that I'd put on all of my other guitars, but on this guitar it feels perfect. And it does, like, while I'm playing, it does feel like 10s for what it's worth. So yeah, I'm really liking this thing. I like the offset of this thing. Like, yeah, I was really a big fan of these. I've also been interested in the Meteoras too, and some stuff Reverence put out. But like, yeah, these aren't bad for the money. I mean, like, it's, if I didn't look at the headstock, I wouldn't know that this wasn't a Fender. Like the quality, ox blood, pick guard, black. I mean, what's not to like about this guitar? I mean, other than it's a little heavy, but I mean, it really does. You can, Yeah, I'm just, I've used this on a bunch of stuff this week. A lot of clean stuff, so a lot of clean. Yeah, a lot of clean droney stuff like that, the octave things and stuff like that. That's been a lot of this. This guitar's been really good for layers. So like putting in layers of things and stuff like that. And I like the way it does with certain distortions, like with this distortion in particular. Um, But yeah, like it's a good distortion for like these kind of power chordy, rhythmy things and stuff. And when you really crank it and open it up, yeah, it gets loud. But yeah, like I'm a fan of these guitars. I might even get like there might even be a case to have another one at some point, but like right now I've just been loving this thing. It's the guitar. It typically lives in my bedroom and stuff, and so there's a lot of times there's a lot of demo tracks that I do before I bring them down here. That I'll record with this thing and stuff, or I'll come up with this thing and stuff. Not even amped up or amped with my little practice amp upstairs, but yeah, like I brought it down. It's been downstairs this week, and we've been tracking a bunch of stuff with it. Tracking a lot of stuff actually, and it's on a lot of stuff that's not a main part, but it's doubling the main part. Lots of layers. We're going for record-breaking levels of guitar layers in songs. Breaking new ground. Breaking new ground. And on that bombshell, I will see you next week. It'll be something different next week.